Hello everybody, Trekkie here with another episode of Trekkie Plays Minecraft. Episode 15. Take 2. Originally I had recorded a 50-minute long episode featuring Thaumcraft stuff, finishing the farmhouse, and for some reason my computer refuses to render it without crashing. I guess 50 minutes is the sweet mark. For whatever reason, I just can't comprehend it, why it keeps crashing. Maybe my hard drive's going bad. I mean, I've done a lot of erasing. It's like 5 years old, this computer. So, I don't have no wood. Gotta get wood. So, I mean, it's quite problematic. I hope that ain't a bad sign for the future. Just seems like just when I start getting anybody to watch the videos, something always seems to happen. Either the world corrupts or, any other number of things. World corrupts, I lose my house, all that good stuff. Just not thinking straight. Let's do a Thaumium shovel. And enchant it. Because I broke my other shovel. I've been doing lots of terraforming, mostly around the Japanese village there. Just been, I don't know, it's been like a pet project of mine. Something to do in my off time when I don't feel like working on the main thing. Fortune 3, Unbreaking 3. What? That's just a bunch of crap right there. But all right, we'll move on. We'll move on. Um, First thing to note is I am in 1.4.7, and mostly because Thaumcraft updated. I mean, you could do 1.4.6, and I think it'll work either or. But Thaumcraft updated, and yes, I do have the new Thaumcraft stuff. Lots of new gadgets and toys to play with, so I'm very excited. Mostly tools and my favorite, the labor of my love, the arcane boar, one of my favorite all-time items, and of course, an axe of the stream. Anybody familiar with Thaumcraft probably knows what this does. Excuse me. The old axe of the stream, basically you hit one block and it cut down the entire tree. Well, this one is it's kind of different in its effect, but it has a similar effect. But it makes cutting down trees, even the tallest, the biggest, the most badass of trees, really quite simple. Let's go over here into this pine forest to test it out. Now, as anybody knows, pine trees are amongst the most pain in the ass of vanilla trees to cut down. They're usually tall, too tall to really hit without, without pillaring up a bit to reach the top. Always a pain. I think that's the large reason why most people don't never use them. Because to get them in any quantity is just a real, just pain. But not with the axe of the stream. Let's get up here. Let's get up here. What the axe of the stream basically does is ooh, now that's a good one. There we go. Oh, and I forgot, I wanted to show y'all, a couple episodes back, we were coming over here to get some great wood logs, and I mentioned that the great wood trees with cobwebs in them have a spawner. Well, it's not that they just spawn randomly with the trees. No, there is quite literally a cave spider spawner right below it. And of course a chest that I can't get into because of the cave spider spawn is there. I'm not going to break it. I would like to get some from my soul shards and maybe start a cave spider spawner soul shard. But yeah, I just thought that was interesting because I was cutting it down. Not with this axe or anything, but that's pretty cool. So if you see a great wood tree with webs in it, chances are there's a cave spider spawner right underneath it. So that is pretty cool. And, well, obviously quite deadly if you're out and about during the nighttime. So be careful. Now, let's look at this great wood tree. This would be an absolute nightmare to cut down. Look at the size of that behemoth. You'd be digging around the leaves forever trying to get all those logs. But not with the axe of the stream, no. What it does is it'll cut the furthest linked log from the one you are mining. So if you mine at the very bottom, it'll start from the the very farthest, which would be the top, and it'll cut down. Now, obviously, quite the opposite if you're at the top, and if you're left to right, whatever's the farthest from whatever log you're trying to cut that's connected, it will chop, making it a breeze to cut down even the biggest of trees. So let's get in on this. And you may hear a little bubbly noise. And it doesn't look like I'm actually doing anything. It looks like it's like some kind of bug. Right? I'm not doing anything at all. Well, let's give it a minute. As you notice, I'm at the bottom, I'm actually getting logs. Now, I'm actually getting logs. Look at that. Look at all those logs coming at me. I've actually been chopping from the top down. 45 logs from this mammoth tree, and there's still a ton in there. Now, the right-click function really allows you to just mine really quickly at the cost of extra durability. So I'm going to hold this down, and we're just going to tear through this sucker. Like I said, you got to be careful. It will destroy your durability if you're not careful. Good way to get a tree done real quick. It's even giving me frame rate lag. I think I have so many entities. Oh yeah, here we are. Should be coming down any minute now. There we go. Yeah, there we go. It was just a lot of wood entities. Oh my god. Nearly 3.5 stacks of logs. Can you imagine how long that would have taken with a standard axe? Now you see my axe going up, just kind of like vanished like it's bugged. It's not bugged. It's because of a Thaumcraft specific enchant. Yes, the new update has new enchants. Efficiency 4, that's not. Repair 1. That is actually a new Thaumcraft enchant. And you can get it's a random enchant, and basically it'll repair your axe using the aura power, as you can see in the bottom right. Like you can see the numbers going down. Well, it's repairing using the magic in the air around us. So that's pretty cool. So basically, in effect, making this axe pretty much indestructible if you're careful and don't just completely use it up on purpose. Pretty awesome. And look at that. Don't have to pillar up, don't have to dig through the tree. Just sit there and keep smacking the bottom block. Of course, I'll just do it with the regular hit mode. And of course it works for all these trees. This tree would also be a pain because it's so tall, but achievement getting wood, yeah, because of that big tree I just knocked down. And all the items will flow towards you. So not bad. And of course you could hold shift and it'll do it like a normal axe. As far as I know, this only works on wood. I'm not sure if it works on like wood planks, or if it works on wood that's side to side. So let's do a little bit of testing here. Let's allow ourselves a little bit of testing. So let's go to side, see if how that works. Yep, okay, well it works side to side. How about if they're at a diagonal? Okay. Two diagonal? A space between? Nope. Okay, well how about diagonal up? Okay, so as long as they're touching in some degree, like even at a diagonal. How about diagonal up? Oh, now we're getting fancy. Yep. So as you can see, very useful tool. Makes mining wood cutting, anything, really just a breeze. Who wouldn't want this in the world? I mean, come on. How is that not awesome? Cutting wood is perhaps one of the more annoying aspects of the game, especially the further you get along. It just becomes a tedium. Not anymore. Not with this cave spider spawner. I don't have any soul shards made at the moment, so I can't really do anything with it. Another new Thaumcraft, it's a world gen item. I saw a bug. Hold on a second. I think I saw a fly or wasp in my room. And I'm back. Yeah, it was just a ladybug. And you may be wondering how I could possibly mistake a ladybug for a wasp. Well, it's pitch black in my room, save for the light from my monitor, and all I saw was a decent sized bug fly across. And in the area where I live, wasps are not uncommon. So, and they have gotten in here in the past, not through holes in the wall, just sometimes they come in. When I come in, I just don't see them. They fly in, and like if I'm bringing in groceries or whatnot. Anyways, I was saying, there's a Thaumcraft thing. It's called a totem, obsidian totem that spawns in the world. And you can see the other nodes refilling this as it repairs my axe. And well, let's see if we, well, no. Let's see if we can't, well, no, never mind. I'm quite undecided on this factor. Basically, they look like, it's hard, there's really no vanilla Minecraft item that looks like it. I'm trying to think of something. You know what? We're just gonna, I got rid of that world, I forgot. Oh. Well, you know what? Now is the perfect time, I think, to go exploring. Just for this fact. So let's get a book. Actually, we need 2 of them, because we need to get back, right? One with a feather. Boop. Boing. Blip. Bow. Bing. Let's go create ourselves a flat world of some sort. Alright, so let's open up our handy dandy Mystcraft thing. Let's select ourselves a biome. Hell biome. Rainforest biome. How about this is savanna biome? Biome controller. We just want single. Because it's got to make sense. We picked one. If we picked multiple biomes and picked a single biome as the biome controller, it would have decay and bad effects because it doesn't make sense. You can't have multiple, biomes in a single biome environment. Let's make it bright. Sky. Let's have a green sun. That's not going to make sense. Well, we'll just make it a normal time. Green fog. Blue sky. Crystals. All kind of stuff. Now these crystals can be used. Now these aren't glowstone crystals. These are the blue crystals. They can be used to make portals with Mystcraft. What was this? Terrain features, and of course you can have other things. Villages. Maybe you want ravines. Terrain generation. We are going to have flat, because most structures in Minecraft actually spawn better on flat land. Normal time, because I chose the sunset, so it can't have daylight all the time, obviously. No weather, because I can't stand rain, and we're just not going to mess with that. Okay, we've created a pretty decent age, I think. Let's go see what we got. Whoosh. The sun's rising. Green. That's kind of neat. Bet you it would look pretty cool with a black sky on a permanent basis. Ooh, look at that. It's interesting, isn't it? And basically, fog is what you see in the distance. Basically, out of your view. Do we have any negative effects on me? Nope. So it looks like I created a pretty world. I'm at 70. Let's see if we could locate any of those those nifty Thaumcraft devices. There is a village. They're pretty easy to spot in the map. They're like a little black circle, not like those little star things you see. Figures. I mean, earlier must have explored like 20 worlds or 20 ages or whatever you wish to call them, and I got one every time right near spawn. And now that I actually want to show you all one, well, I'll show you these crystals in the meanwhile. And of course, a village that doesn't seem to be populated. Oh yeah, they are. There's a guard. He's having a good time. He's running sideways and backwards at the same time. These crystals right here. You collect these and you can make portals. Just like kind of like the Nether portal, but you can make them to your ages to a very specific spot. You can use them to make portals to very specific positions in the Nether or End. They're very cool. Definitely worth gathering. Is there anything? So I'll be back when I actually find one of these things. Do that. Anyways, I went to start my fraps up again and just pause the game. Either way, here's a smaller one. Usually they have nodes on top of them or near them. These ones right here are called obsidian totems. So you see they kind of have like a star kind of design in the middle. And these ones up here kind of have a face. These are obsidian tiles. Oh, guess I consider obsidian totems as well. Oh, my bad. Huh, interesting. And these could be used for various for a Thaumcraft device, you know, which we'll probably discover at a later date. Actually, I've already discovered it by research, but we'll explore it at a later date. It has a really cool function, especially for those aspiring thaumaturge or however you want to say it. This is actually small. Most of them are actually pretty bigger. So let's see if we can't find a bigger one, and I'll be back. I'm back. And sadly, I was not able to find a larger version of it. Basically, it just has a lot more totems and like a 5x5 area. In the middle is a chest, which you can loot for random chest items, and it has a zombie pigman spawner. So you could technically use your soul shards to get zombie pigmen a lot quicker, which is what I have been doing. And usually they have a node over them as well. Now, what I wanted to show you is that one of the world I've been creating random world after random world trying to find this stuff, and well, I've come across a random explosion. I've actually started in a cave world underground. Pretty neat, huh? Of course, I had the bright thing, but I wish the world was loaded a little bit better. Let's see if we can't look around a bit. All these creepers. Now these blue blocks, that's a form of decay. These will keep spreading and spreading. As you can see, this one's gotten quite big. I don't think the blue ones will spread through air, but they sure will spread through ground. Eventually they'll just eat up your entire world. So yeah, definitely not good. Yeah, spread it a little bit there. Without the decay, these might be pretty cool places to live. It's like a big nether. It's like a nether in the overworld, basically. And it is actually technically dark in here. Shit. I'm about to die. Oh. Dang, dude just slaughtered me. Luckily I'm nearby. If I wasn't getting this damn frame rate issue, I could... It's probably all the fires and everything be started. I need to get my stuff and just get the hell out of Dodge, I think. Overstayed my welcome, I would say. Where is my stuff? I know I died over in this... At least I think I died over in this... Oh, these mages are just guarding my shit, too. Don't explode! Oh, he destroyed the book! Yeah, I think a bit of a rage is induced here because they just destroyed my book out of this place. So technically, I'm going to have to reload my world. Yeah, I'm going to have to reload my world and do everything I've done today over again. Because these stupid assholes. Get the Okay, I'll be back once I've reloaded my world. So I will see you on the flip. This is why you got to be very careful in the Mystcraft worlds. Because if they destroy that book, you're stuck. That's it. If you have no other way out, you're screwed. Luckily, I saved backups. But, yeah. So that's important to do. But yeah, if you didn't create a backup and your book got destroyed, guess what? You just lost everything. You're stuck here forever. Because you're never getting back. So I will see you all on the flip side. And I'm back. Luckily for me, I did not have to load a previous save of the world. Thankfully, because everything I had done over here, I'd done a lot of terraforming for the Japanese people so they expanded their village. You know, I've done a lot of research with the new Thaumcraft What the hell is the word for it? Why can I never remember versions? Version. There we go. Just why can I never remember versions? Well, I just remembered it. A lot of research with new Thaumcraft version, the new axe. The previous save I had, turns out it was before I even started the farmhouse. It was right before. It was actually before the last episode. So yeah, I would have raged pretty hard having lost it all. So I came back on. I was like, okay, is there any way I could possibly avoid this? I tried. I ran around in there a little bit. I found some lava. I was like, okay, maybe I'll make myself another portal. And that didn't work. Just wouldn't click. I tried to use the flint and steel on it. Never made the portal. So I'm like, ah, crap. I really am going to have to load this save. And then I look in my book, my backpack, my underpouch, which links to the chest in the overworld. And luckily for me, I had a book, a linking book in here. Actually, a linking book and a descriptive book, which is, excuse me, how you get to the ages to begin with. I must have sat them in there because they're right next to my Mystcraft workbench. So luckily, I mean, just by chance, thank your lucky stars, because it would have been a nightmare. But I did lose some things. I lost my Thaumcraft Thaumium breastplate, which was enchanted with thorns. It might have just got broken. I seem to get thorns every time. It seems like I thought thorns was supposed to be a rare enchant, but apparently it isn't because I've gotten it 3 times in a row. So I lost that. I lost my wonderful axe of the stream. Oh, I wanted to cry. I love that axe, and it had repair on it. I managed to get repair on my first enchant of it. Those axes are actually very expensive to make. Very expensive. Let's have a look. And of course, there's a new wand and other such new implements. But okay, to make this, you're gonna need all these, which is quite a bit, especially the modus. You're gonna need a wand of frost and a thaumium axe. Thaumium axe, you're gonna need thaumium ingots, which you need to create in the thing as well, using in the cauldron as well. And then you got the wand of frost, which takes 3 water shards, weapon in this, and a wand itself. So it's a pretty expensive item to make, and that doesn't come with an enchant. So, and that's also a 30 enchant. Not like enchanting is difficult with our system there, but still very devastating loss. And I lost that crappy shovel. Well, at least I have a backup axe. I guess I could use that. Something, right? It's not as good as that other fancy axe, but what it'll have to do. And luckily I got my spell book with my spells. I'm so happy about that. So that's all I managed to salvage all of that. Very deadly, Mystcraft. Be very careful. And any book you create in that age, like see your linking book, you can't just create a linking book and warp back to the overworld. No, the linking book will be, which is usually how I get back. It'll be created for wherever you're at. So if you're in the Nether, for say, and you create a linking book, that linking book will be created to warp you back to the Nether. Basically, it's created what dimension you're in and where you're standing. So if I had created in that world where I died, that linking book would have been to take me back to that world where I was standing when I created that book. So if it wasn't for the linking book I had already in my inventory made in the overworld here, I'd have been screwed. I'd have had to load that save and lost hours and hours and hours of progress. And as such, I would have raged like a mother. Trekkie would have been very fit to be tied. But that's enough about that. I want to show you the farmhouse. As you can see from the distance, very pretty. Very pretty. If I do say so myself, I love it. Love these canopy trees. Love these Twilight Forest trees. They are the best thing. The nicest tree in any of the various expansion, or mods I should say. I mean, as you see the vanilla trees, the vanilla pine trees, boring as hell. Vanilla oak trees are laughable. They're like dinky. Which is odd because real life oak trees are very tall. They're very big trees, oak trees. I don't know why they made them so freaking tiny and uninteresting, but these are. I love these things. They tower over the house. They give a lot of shade. They just look generally nice. I love them. Not completely in love with their wooden texture, but it does contrast nicely with the house. And of course, I grew some long grass. And over here, you may be like, what's that, dirt? This is dirt wall. This is from the Millionaire mod. You could buy it from them, from most civilization types. It'll never turn to grass, so it'll always stay. Always looks like a worn dirt path, which is what I wanted, and it fits that role very nicely. And you can see somebody came out of there. So I added shutters with typical trapdoors, glass panes, typical stuff. It's not magical engineering I'm doing here, but it works. It's tried and true. Sometimes the old methods are the best methods. I have some Thaumcraft Night Tour as my magical light sources for the porch. I have just some stairs and first front porch seat for Grandpa to sit there strumming his banjo. For the 3 wide windows, I put the shutters above and below. Even the back of the house, even though it looks nice, the shutters really help give some depth to the otherwise flat wall. You can't always make everything 3D, but you do what you can. And of course, the roof overhangs a little bit to give it some flavor. The side bit of the house, the expansion wing, goes in a little bit to give it some depth. Added some light up there, and overall, I love the house. It looks just fantastic. On the inside, I haven't finished decorating it yet. We were going to do that this episode originally when I had filmed it, but things didn't go right. Apparently, Thaumium candles are very picky what you could place them on, so I just gave them these typical old school planters, which is just a dirt block with a leaf on top, and trapdoors. Simple but effective. They add some flavor to the room. And I had moved in some villagers. The great thing about these Minecraft Comes Alive villagers is they don't require sun to be hitting the door or near the door for it to count as a home. All they need is actually a single block above their head. Quite literally. I had tested out in my creative world, and you can place them under it and click set home, and they will spawn there every night, and they will stay around that area. So these two are actually married, but this is not their room. This is actually another dude's room. I actually moved a bunch of different farmers in there, and have see, here's another farmer guy. Hey man, want a joke? Didn't make no sense. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, man. I do my best. What's up, buddy? How you doing? Every joke can't be a winner. Oh, thanks for closing the door for me. I was just about to do that. He's looking around. He's having a good time. He's enjoying the house. I love it too, man. I do. I love this house. I mean, much more could be done. You can add paintings in there that add flavor to the walls. But as far as it is, it's just going to be really an NPC house. Something to give the town flavor. Maybe I'll put some storage in there if necessary. But ultimately, I just love this house. I fell in love with it when it was finished. I hate to toot my own horn, but I think I did good with this. And of course, these ugly cliffs aren't going to be there. That's just temporary because I haven't cleared them out yet. Tons and tons of land transformation is going to have to take place. But the farmers get this house because they live off the land. You got a pine forest nearby, so they got the spruce logs. You got the oak trees nearby, so you got the oak planks and logs. Very down-to-earth house for very down-to-earth people. Over here, we're probably going to have a very long structure with lots of storage. All the golems are going to run over to it. And they have a new golem, should I add to this very bit, is the Minecraft. It's kind of like the Iron Golem. It's like a golem that can attack. And there's actually an add-on you could give to that golem where actually it'll give experience to what it kills. So I could set golems in here with that upgrade. They'll kill the skeletons, get the experience, and I could put the brain in the jar, and then brain in jar will collect it. So it's a completely automated experience farm without me even having to be there. I could be over here building and still getting experience. That is a beautiful thing. That is beautiful. Less time sitting around, waiting for stuff, and more time actually doing stuff in my world, getting it ready for new episodes, getting ready for new builds. Gotta appreciate that. Gotta appreciate it. So I'm sad. I'm sorry that y'all couldn't see the finishing up of the house. I think it looks great. Even the night, you see the lights on inside. Technical difficulties. I mean, you can never predict what's going to go right and what's going to go wrong. I tried my best to salvage the footage. I tried rendering it 13 times, and each time it crashed my computer for whatever reason. See, it's like 50 minutes is where my computer draws the line. It's like, nope, not sorry, Trekkie, not gonna happen. So that's all we're gonna do this for this episode. I think we've done enough. I got to show you the finishing of the farmhouse. I love it. I love it even more than I just love every bit of it. Every bit of it. I hear zombies crying below. Somewhere below here is caves. And of course you have the wizards and such things. Oh, golem. These guys can be pretty deadly, but I don't have no. Apparently, I don't have any magic anymore. After all my deaths, apparently I lost all my magic. So, even though I lost some stuff today, I had fun. I hope y'all enjoyed the episode. I want to show you one thing really quickly before we end it, to give you a taste of what we're going to be working on next. I am in a Mystcraft world with a very blue sky. Ooh, very pretty. And this is a flat ocean world. There is ocean bottom down there. And you may be wondering, well, Trekkie, why the hell would you ever want a flat ocean world? I mean, come on. What can you possibly ever want? Look at that. No land in sight. Nothing. Well, first off, when you create a flat world, if you don't add anything like mine shafts, strongholds, or anything, or cave world to the book, the ground will be solid. There will not be any caves whatsoever. That means everything down there, there's no caves or nothing. And what happens when you have no caves or nothing? There's nowhere for mobs to spawn. And you're like, okay, so. And as you can see, it's an ocean, and mobs can't spawn on the water, so there's nowhere really in this entire world for mobs to spawn. And you're like, okay, Trekkie, so big deal. So what? Mobs can't spawn anywhere. Big deal, right? Well, what's a good thing you could build to take advantage of that? And if you thought mob system, you would be correct. You could build a 100% efficient mob system. That means every mob in the entire world that could possibly spawn will spawn inside it, because there's nowhere else for them to spawn. It'll be 100% efficient. No having to worry about running through caves, lighting it up. No have to worry about lighting up the land on top. The only spawns that'll possibly give any kind of problem are the squid. I don't know if they affect the spawn rate of the mobs, but still, it'll have such a high spawn rate that it'll be ridiculous regardless. And it'll allow us to get plenty of gunpowder, zombie meats, which can be made into candles. Zombie meat actually has a use. Zombie brains for braining zombies, which is, I'm sure, useful for something. It has some aspects to it that could prove useful. So we will be working on a mob system in this world. I'm going to find somewhere more safe to put my book. Maybe even build a portal out of the crystals, just to show you how that works. But yeah, that's what we're going to be working on coming up. So I hope you all enjoyed the episode, and look forward to another one soon. So take care of yourselves. This is Trekkie, signing off. Dun dun dun.